Hey everybody, once again, this is Eric McGrew. If you're just kind of starting to watch the vlog, I am doing this vlog to kind of show people what goes on in my life. It actually started off kind of more of a supplementary source for the projects that I do on my off-roading vehicles and stuff like that. Just, you know, whatever to help kind of supplement the extra portions that maybe weren't shown on my beginners fab videos or in my blog, or weren't talked about in the off-road independence podcast that I have. The thing is that it seems that the vlog is becoming more and more popular, which is good. I'm happy, and of course I get the same question always. I get the question of why I came to Chile. And that's a question that, it's kind of completely, it's kind of hard to explain completely because there's always an emotional side and stuff to it that comes into play. But I guess the most direct and simple answer is that my wife and I came to Chile in 2003 for a visit. We liked it. We met some people. We stayed in touch with them on the internet for a couple of years, and then we came back in 2005, and we decided that we definitely wanted to try to move here for the experience of just living in a different country, different culture, and that kind of stuff. No, we don't have anything against the government. We don't dislike the U.S. by any means, because that's also a question I get sometimes. It's nothing like that. We still have family in the States. We go back and visit the States. We like to be able to see them there, and it's always a pleasure to be back and be in old neighborhoods and with old friends and stuff too. Still, living in Chile has definitely got its ups and downs. And so after we came back in 2005 for a visit, we decided that definitely we wanted to continue with our plan, because in 2003 we had decided this is what we want to do. My wife had traveled a bit when she was a teenager, and she really liked the idea of traveling, and she's the one that really drugged me to Chile the first time. But once I got here, I really enjoyed it, and it was just so different. It was very, very cool. I don't know. It took us a while because we had to pay off debt, and we had to save up money because we came here, and we quit our jobs. I was working as a purchaser for a manufacturing company, and my wife was working doing some paralegal stuff, and we decided that we had enough money finally. We quit our jobs. We sold most of our stuff. We stored the rest of what we had, and with a couple of snowboards and some suitcases, we hopped on a plane to Chile to have somebody we didn't know pick us up at the other end. But it was arranged by some friends and stuff. So yeah, it's been interesting. We've been here 6 years now. We have lived in two different portions of Chile now. We've lived in the 6th region, just south of Santiago, and now we live in the 10th region, which is about 12 hours south of Santiago. The cultures, while clearly very similar, just like in the States, all across the States, there are very similar factors of all the cultures, but then the cultures, of course, are very different between one area and the other. And so we've been able to experience that here. We've learned a lot about accepting other cultures, about ourselves too. We've also learned a lot of qualities that are difficult sometimes to cultivate, so that's been good for us. The other question that we get a lot is, how long we'll be in Chile. You know, that's a difficult question also. We don't have plans on leaving. There are a few factors that are in play. I'm on my last temporary visa, so I've applied for my permanent residency, and we are hoping that I get that so that we won't have to worry about leaving on a time schedule based on, you know, a visa or whatever, but based on when we decide to, if we decide to or what. So yeah, it's been interesting. It's had its ups and downs like everything does in life. There's a lot of good stuff about Chile. There's a lot of stuff that at times is difficult about being here as well. But I can honestly say that in the States my life wasn't all, you know, perfect either. So it's not like moving here was an escape from problems, because anywhere you live in the world you're gonna have problems. There's no perfect place. There's definitely no perfect government, you know. I'm not making a political statement, it's just a fact. There's bureaucracy no matter where you go. There's things that are difficult to deal with, to understand, to figure out, and that kind of stuff. No matter where you live, what you do, daily, you know, situations, working, trying to figure out how things are done, and that kind of stuff are a challenge as well. Yeah, I mean, it's unique, that's for sure. And if I had to decide whether or not I'd do it again, I'd definitely say yeah, I'd redo it. There have been some tough times, and in some other episodes I'll tell you about some of the tougher times that we've had here, and I'll get into a little bit of, because another question I always get is what are the differences of living there in comparison to the States. Well, that's such a broad question. I understand where the question comes from, and I don't want to be rude and not answer it. But yeah, it's definitely not cut and dry as far as an answer goes. So over time, I'll be answering those kind of questions, but you'll have to watch to see. That's all I can say. It's impossible for me to be able to answer it all at one time and it be a complete answer, or without it being like 18 hours long. So that's just kind of how it goes, and I hope this video helps you guys understand a little bit of why we came or whatnot, or what the motives originally were behind our coming here. Then as we keep going on, I'll keep showing you different things. I have plans on showing you some of the differences about like our house and in comparison to other places, the utilities and that kind of stuff. It's honestly, almost all of it is different, and that's kind of the cool part of it. So till next time, don't forget to stop by my sites. I have various sites that you can visit. You can stop by Eric McGrew, that's EricMcGrew.tv. You can also stop by offroadindependence.com and beginnersfab.com. And on any of those, you can look up at the top of the page and you'll see other pages. So you can get to my Life in Chile vlog. You can also get to Beginner's Fab from there, or Off-Road Independence from there. Or you can see all of my posts for my main site, ericmcgrew.tv, right there on the main page. So stop by, give it a look, and subscribe to the newsletter. I'm trying to, the more people I get, the more offers I can offer. So I'm trying to work out some offers for people to help them out, maybe price cuts, that kind of stuff, for different products, especially off-roading and that kind of thing. And I've got more information to give you guys in other episodes, so hang in there.